script here with another video, and I'm literally putting the finishing touches on my last video about the fact that Gina Carano is now going to be suing Disney for, I guess, wrongful dismissal and a few other things. And then this drops. And I just happened to run into it doing a Google search, just doing my video about Gina. Here we go. The Acolyte showrunner Leslie Headland, accused of being part of Lucasfilm campaign targeting Gina Carano, was to participate in struggle session. Being part of Lucasfilm campaign targeting Gina Carano. This will be interesting. And just in case you don't know, Leslie Headland is Harvey Weinstein's former assistant. So you just take that as you will. You take that as you will. Just, I don't want to make too many assumptions, but I would like to assume she probably knew some stuff that was going on. Leslie Headland, the showrunner of the upcoming Star Wars Disney Plus series The Acolyte, is accused of being part of the Lucasfilm campaign targeting actress Gina Carano. And I just wanted to say, one thing I find very strange about sort of like Hollywood culture and the women especially is, so like she's doing The Acolyte, which they're like praising like Disney always does, of it being like all like female centric and all the main characters are females except for a couple of dudes and women power and all that stuff. And then meanwhile, the same people that do that seem to also have this really dark side to them when it comes to other women. Like, they like other women as long as they're doing and saying exactly what they want, but as soon as they're not exactly what they want or saying what they want, then they just, like, hate them. It's really, like, and I don't know, it's weird, man. It's, like, a weird thing. In Carano's newly filed lawsuit against Walt Disney Company Lucasfilm, her lawyer details how she was the victim of harassment. It specifically details that after she put the words beep, bop, and boop in her Twitter bio, she was subjected to long phone calls demanding an explanation and criticizing her for not embracing what some see as a mandatory solidarity with a vocal element of the transgender activist community. And again, this is what I talked about in my Gina Carano video. It's not enough. You have to be an advocate. And she just didn't want to put pronouns in her bio. And because of that, she got absolutely bombarded with really, really terrible tweets at her. And she's garbage and she's this and she's that. Simply because she didn't want to put her pronouns and then become an advocate for them. Like, why does she have to fight your cause? She's an actress in a show. She doesn't have to be involved in your cause. So she got mad, tweeted beep, bop, boop, and made people mad. And she actually talked about how she had to, Lucasfilm forced her to sit through these meetings where there was like a whole bunch of like trans advocates and then just her, and they would just barrage her. Why that is so vital, like why advocating for trans is vital for an actor in one of your TV shows, to me is totally bizarre. The lawsuit also details she was required to meet with representatives of GLAAD, so as I said, Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Discrimination, a national organization that promotes LGBTQ acceptance, something she did willingly. Okay, so she did do it willingly, but they really wanted her to, and again, I go back to it, the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Discrimination. So they actually took her tweet as discriminating. Her beep, bop, boop is discriminating. So you're either 100% going to advocate and put your pronouns in your bio and shut up, or if you fight back against that, you're discriminating. So it's just, this whole thing is so dumb. Why do people care so much about like what people do in their bedrooms and want to talk about it? I just don't get it. After allegedly receiving positive feedback, the Walt Disney Company Lucasfilm were not satisfied. So they received positive feedback from GLAAD, but they were not satisfied and continued to demand a public apology. Why? Like, why is this such a big deal? Defendants went so far as to try and convince Carano's publicist to force Carano to issue a statement admitting to mocking or insulting an entire group of people, which Carano has never done. Now, if you are a gay or lesbian or trans person or whatever, and you happen to listen to what I'm saying right now, do you really give a crap what a supporting actress in some show thinks? Like, even if she totally, like, she obviously doesn't hate gay people. She has tons of gay friends. She's in Hollywood. She works with gay people all the time. She just didn't want to have to put pronouns, and she got a little frustrated and made an ill-advised tweet. But even if, let's say she just hates gays, right? Like, she's just the anti-gay, even though she's not. Gay people, do you actually care? Do you care what this woman thinks in any regard? Pro or con? Why would you even care? She's just some random person. She's an actor in a show. Why would anyone care? And they didn't. And that's what I'm saying. They even said that Disney got positive feedback from GLAAD. So obviously Gina was respectful and she explained herself, probably said some of the things I'm already saying, which she, it was an ill-advised tweet, whatever she said. We don't know. It was positive and they went through the process. That's not enough for Disney. Like, what? If it's enough for them, it should be enough for you. Like, what is this? And I think this goes back to, like, KK just doesn't like you if you're a conservative. It's that simple. She doesn't want you around if you're a conservative. And again, it goes back to the whole, like, women power unless you say or believe things that we don't like. And then it's no more women power. Like, Gina Carano literally was going to be the first, was set by Jon Favreau to be the first female lead in a Star Wars project. A TV show, I should say, other than obviously Rey in the sequels. But in all the TV shows, she was going to be the first female lead. Obviously now it's Ahsoka. But you look at Gina and the character she played, she's just a strong, no-nonsense woman. She's physically capable. Like, I could actually watch her beat up a guy and think, like, she might actually be able to beat up some guys. She's pretty tough. Unlike, the 100-pound beauty queen beating up a bunch of dudes in lots of movies. But this is what my point is. This is what they always wanted, right? They always wanted this strong, opinionated, no-nonsense woman lead. So they get her out of the UFC and all that stuff. And then, oh, you don't agree with my politics? I hate you now. And you're no longer, I don't care about the cause now. It's like, it's so backwards and so weird the way they politic everything. Like, it's a flippin' Star Wars TV show, and you're bringing in this nonsense. So anyway, it wasn't enough for Disney. So Lucasfilm also rejected Carano's proposed alternate statement. So I guess she was going to give them another statement, or she went through them to say, this is what I'm going to say, and it wasn't enough for them. It wasn't an apology enough. So you got to grovel at the feet of these unknown LGBTQ people on Twitter, even though Glad already said she was fine. Like, it's just so dumb. This whole situation, like, how Kathleen Kennedy hasn't been fired from all these dumb things that she's done. This is another one of them. It's so beyond crazy to me. Obviously, she knows some real heavy dirt on a lot of people in Hollywood. From there, Carano went to donate to a GoFundMe page allegedly set up in support of the transgender community. When she opened the link, she read that the fund was supposedly created by a Lucasfilm creative and was directly targeting Carano, defaming her by accusing her of being a bigoted actress. Accordingly, Carano did not donate. Like, guys, it's not bigoted to not want to put pronouns. I'm not ever putting pronouns in my bio, and if you think I'm a bigot, I don't care. I don't have time for you. Like, who's sitting around like, that Gina Carano, she wouldn't put pronouns in her bio. Oh, I want her dead. I hate her. Like, who is doing that? I don't think there's any gay people doing that. It's just dumb Disney. The lawsuit then alleges Carano brought this to Lucasfilm's attention, who denied the GoFundMe account was established by any Lucasfilm employee. Shortly thereafter, the account was changed to call Carano ignorant, and the identity of the organizer was changed to no longer identify a Lucasfilm employee. Here's the thing about the internet. Once you put something out, it's forever. So the idea that you now edited who the GoFundMe was supposedly about or for or wasn't, now you're saying it wasn't a Lucasfilm. You already said that it was. So you can change it if you want, but everyone's already going to know. All it takes is one guy somewhere in the ether taking a screenshot. So why are they so unprofessional and stupid at Lucasfilm? They are the most unprofessional bunch of losers. A GoFundMe to go after a supporting actress? What a bunch of weirdos they are, man. It then reveals that Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy wanted Carano to join a struggle session on Zoom with her and 45 other employees. This is what I was talking about earlier. This is the one I was talking about earlier, with the 45 employees who identify as part of the LGBTQ community. Yeah, you people, like, you don't think Gina Carano has gay friends? She's in Hollywood, guys. Like, I have gay friends, and I'm in northern British Columbia, Canada. She's in Hollywood. Like, stop. The purpose of the struggle session, according to the lawsuit, was a litmus test to determine if she had the willingness to endure such harassment and humiliation. What? She was harassed brutally on social media. The group was described... It's just, oh my word. The group was described by her publicist as a friendly group that want Gina to succeed. However, multiple employees that were to take part in the struggle session had contributed to the GoFundMe campaign, including Leslie Headland. Is Leslie Headland a lesbian? And here's the other thing too. So Leslie Headland is like, I stand up for women and gays, and then she goes after a woman, and she also was Harvey Weinstein's assistant. Like, so you fire Gina Carano, and then you hire Harvey Weinstein's assistant. Kathleen Kennedy. Like, really? Like, this is so insane. The lawsuit states several had contributed to the anti-Carano GoFundMe account, including filmmaker Leslie Headland, who was scheduled to produce a Star Wars production. Carano detailed much of this in an interview with Ben Shapiro back in 2021, less than a month after the Walt Disney Company fired her. She informed Shapiro, I guess when we first started having problems, it had to have been on the pronoun usage. Maybe before that. Well, because I was really upset about the shutdowns. She would later go over the controversy with the pronouns, saying, I ended up putting beep bop boop on my Twitter bio. It was 100% to go to the Twitter mod that was that was telling you what to do. And it had zero to do with trying to go after the transgender community, because I would never do that. Just just me personally, I'm not trying to target anybody or go after anybody. And as soon as I saw people starting taking that wrong, I put right after that, I was like, no, beep bop boop. She then explained why. I literally said to my friend, I was like, you what? Let's put something in my bio just to show I can put whatever I want in my bio. That's right, it's your bio. Just like they put whatever they want in their bio, like Panda, like Trash Panda and all this stuff. So I just put these noises in my bio. Yeah, there you go. So she's doing it to say to the people that are trying to force her to put pronouns in her bio, I'm going to do what I want with my own bio. You don't get to tell me what to do. And there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that were messaging her and calling her all kinds of names. So if this was you, if you were being forced to put anything in your bio that you didn't want to, at some point you're going to get upset and you're probably going to say something back to somebody that's trying to make you do that. Later in the interview, she explained how Disney addressed her changing her Twitter bio. I had a publicist at the time and they said, you have to put out an apology. This is messed up. This is awful. And I was like, okay. I did say right after that tweet, I clarified for everybody this was not directed towards the transgender community in any way. And I've also been watching celebrities apologize left and right, and it's very ingenuine. And I said, can you just give me a moment because I'm kind of feeling emotional right now. Can I just do my own research? She continued. So they were like, okay, yeah, you do your research, but you need to get on the phone tomorrow with LGBTQ transgender section. Okay, whatever that means. And I was like, all right, honestly, I'm feeling very emotional. Can you give me a second? And they said, no, you need to do this now. And so I did, and I was like, okay, if we have to do it now, then let's do it now. And so I watched their documentary, and I got on the phone with them. They made her watch a like, what is this? Why is this so important to Disney, the trans community? Like, who cares? They're just people living their lives. Like, whatever, live your life. Like, nobody cares. And they were basically two very gentle people, and they were like, we're sorry you stepped in what they call a landmine, and we can tell you're not here against us. I'm assuming this is the GLAAD people. They actually reported back to Disney Lucasfilm. They thought it would be a bad idea if they canceled me or if they let this affect anything. So there you go, right? And it goes back to my previous video talking about her tweet about comparing, the Jews and then saying, oh, it's like Republicans. People kind of misinterpreted that tweet. There were so many people on both, like there are lots of Jews who don't think it was bad and have said they don't think it was bad. And yet all these people are like, I have to help the Jews by going after Gina. Man, it's like, dude, a Jew hired her. Not everybody thinks the same. Not every gay person thinks like LGBTQ. Literally. Like they don't all think the same. It's like this weird thing where like other people like KK or whoever it is or Leslie Headland or whoever, they all think that like that all the gay people are thinking the exact same thing about Gina Carano, and so therefore we have to do all this extra stuff. It's like, no, there's lots of gay people that probably don't even care. There's lots of gay people that probably don't have time. They have lives. They don't just sit there worrying about what Gina Carano says on her Twitter. Like, honest to God, like this is so stupid. Carano would then detail how Lucasfilm and Walt Disney Company wanted a specific statement. She detailed, we went through this really long thing where it was like back and forth. They wanted me to say this. I felt like it was ingenuine. I wrote out this massive thing but they didn't want that. I think they thought I was already taking too much attention off of The Mandalorian, which was not my intention because I know how hard everybody works on. We got down to this statement within like 2 words, almost like 2 words, this ridiculous thing, and they just said it was not apologetic enough. It was shocking. I wanted to communicate. Then transitioned to providing details on the struggle session that the lawsuit now alleges Leslie Headland was to take part in. All these Lucasfilm employees are railing me on their websites. One of them, creative director, had a GoFundMe, and in the GoFundMe bio, it was like, this is because our ignorant actress. These people are so pathetic. Like, you're so desperate for attention. Oh, wow. She then shared, they wanted me to get on the phone with like 40 of their people, LGBT people, not on the phone, on Zoom, and I felt like all these people, all your employees are slandering the hell out of me right now. You think I want to get on a video where they can then film it? I felt very insecure about that. So what I offered them was the restaurants at the time had started opening back up, and I was like, let me take 4 or 5 of them out to dinner, and it'd be person to person, and you can look me in my eyes, and I can look you in your eyes, and let's have a genuine conversation. Oh, how controversial of her to want to actually sit down and have a meal with somebody and speak to them. Oh my goodness. I think it's also a bit abusive that when we talk to 40 people and hear 40 people that have been slandering, maybe not all of them have been slandering me, but a lot of them probably had. And it was just like, wait, I don't feel like I really deserve this. Don't you guys see what's happening online? All of these bots, it's not even faces, it's not even real people. I don't know who these people are, children or just bots or whoever the hell these people are. They're just awful, she said. This is just, what is happening? What do you make of Leslie Headland named as one of the individuals who's allegedly harassing Gina Carano and was the subject of her struggle session? Listen, Headland, these people, people like Kathleen Kennedy are going to give you Star Wars shows if you behave like a miscreant loser idiot, right? Like, so if you push her views and her agenda, you're going to get acting roles. You're going to get to produce, like, and going back to what I said earlier, women power, except when you don't align politically with KK, right? That's basically the gist of it. I'm not surprised. I'm actually excited, guys. I'm going to cover this now because I think a lot more information is going to trickle out of this, and I think it's going to be crazy. And I don't know. To me, I'm not surprised. Are you guys surprised? Let me know in the comment section. Leslie Headland, like, really, like who worked for like one of the biggest diddler, abuser, losers in Hollywood for years. It was his personal assistant. She's sitting there shutting down Gina Carano. Because honestly, part of me wishes, like, let's just go in the ring. Like, let's have Leslie Headland versus Gina Carano in the octagon. It wouldn't even be it's just be a beatdown. But anyway, guys, let me know in the comments section what you think. Do you agree with me then? Like, is Kathleen Kennedy just like way over the top with this stuff? If you are LGBTQ, can you just comment too? Like, is this really that big of a deal to you? Or is this just a lot of just like Twitter trolls and stupid people? Like, do you agree with Glad, who said Gina was fine? It was just an ill-advised tweet, and that she, opened up a hornet's nest just by doing that. But they sat down with her and talk to her and realize that she's actually a really nice person. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for watching. And if you do want to, you can check out my previous video that I just put out about the fact that Gina Carano is suing and sort of my take on that, and any of my other stuff as well. Check it out and have yourselves a really good day.